Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining in. I am Mimansa Narula, Research Lead at the Policified. Today, we have with us Saloni Sinha, a fellow at Changemakers in Education program by SCERT, Government of Delhi. How are you doing, Saloni?
I'm doing great. So nice to be on Policyfied's portal, and I think we're going to have a great discussion. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, thank you. So, tell us a bit about yourself and your academic experiences, which led you to apply for this fellowship.
Yeah. So I did political science honors from Lady Shri Ram College in 2015, and then I did a master's from Faculty of Arts, Delhi University North Campus. That was also in political science. In 2017, I did that. So it was just after my undergrad. And then after that, I worked for 2 years with an education consultancy called IDP. And parallelly, I was also running a social impact project called the Wordsworth Project. So I was running the operations for that project. So we had like 5 centers, and we had volunteers from Delhi University who would go in these 5 centers to teach the underprivileged kids there. So every center had partnered with another organization, and they would provide us the space, and we would send our volunteers to teach the kids. So this ran for about 2 years. I was the operations head for that. And then after 2 years in 2019, I went for my second master's to Institute of Development Studies, which is in Sussex in UK. So it comes under University of Sussex. So I did master's in development studies there. It was a 1 year course from 2019 to 2020. And I came back in 2020. I wrote my dissertation from Delhi itself, and then I applied for this fellowship, and I got through the fellowship in September 2020. So little about my master's. So my master's was in development studies, but I kind of specialized in education policy through my dissertation. So my dissertation was on role of NGOs in the life skills sector in education. And so I studied the education scenario in life skills. That was also in collaboration with another organization called Dreamer Dream. So I kind of wrote my dissertation with in partnership with them. So I wrote my case study on Dreamer Dream as to how they are promoting life skills through their organizations in schools and among children. So from there, my interest was always there in education through the various volunteering activities that I did in LSR through NSS. And then I continued to volunteer throughout my work and professional life also. So hence I was running the Wordsworth project. And then my dissertation was also in education, and thankfully I got this opportunity at the right time. So I applied for the CMI fellowship, and I got through the fellowship, and I have been working in the fellowship since a year now. So I think that's my background: education, academic, and professional.
That's such an amazing and extensive background you have there. So, can you tell us about the fellowship application process and what are the required documents?
Okay, so I think the first round is the application process. So the first few rounds application process is your general information about the candidate, your academic background, your professional background, the general data. They take your name, date of birth, etc. The next part of the application process is the 3 essays that you have. So I think it has changed from last year when I applied. So there are 3 essay questions this time. One is 2 are questions based, scenario based questions. Third one is more about yourself as to what do you want the person who is marking you in the application process to know about yourself. So these are very straightforward essay questions which we have faced in the last 1 year, and this kind of has come from those experiences, the questions. So I think one question is on alignment of stakeholders. So if whatever whoever is applying, the tips I would like to give when you're writing these essays is just be very candid. Don't give very idealistic answers. Be more practical. Give more solution driven answers, because you are working in a government system with multiple stakeholders. So you can't be very idealistic about these scenarios, because you have to cater to multiple people, and you're working in a team with so many other people. So one thing would be to very practical and solution driven. You asked about the documents. So I think the documents are pretty straightforward. You have to give your, I think, academic background details, and your mark sheets and all those things, CV, you have to attach your CV. Then there is a question on if you have specialization in, suppose, web designing and something like this. So if you have done that before, you can attach your portfolios. So I think because they're also looking for more specialized people this time in the fellowship, because education policy is a major forte, but then they're also looking for people from a more specialized background that can help in the process of fellowship. So yeah, so I think the application process is quite clear. If you open, I haven't seen the whole thing, but if you open the application, it's quite straightforward and clear. So I don't think anyone would have a problem in that. But my tip on the application, on the essay questions, would be to be yourself and don't try to write what you don't feel or what you don't think would be the right answer.
All right. So how has the experience for you in this program so far?
Yeah, so basically, once you were selected and you're in the cohort of the fellowship, you are each fellow or maybe two fellows are given one project, one active education project. So I particularly work in the teacher training project. So I'm there and another fellow is there with me. So we basically are trying to revamp the whole teacher training modules and the whole system that has been going from since last few years. So I think the experience has been great because I did my master's and I straight jumped into this fellowship in like a span of 10 days. I submitted my dissertation on 1st September and I was into the fellowship on 10th September. So I was just coming from that research background of writing dissertation and attending classes. And this fellowship gave me everything that I had imagined to do after my master's. So I got to do primary research, secondary research, academic research. Then we also have to do a lot of stakeholder alignment throughout the process. Then we have to chart out the whole operational plan. So you get to do everything. So no 2 days are same when it comes to your work profile. It's not like whatever you were doing today, you'll also do tomorrow. You have to write brief reports, concept notes, everything that can be done in the policy space. And you lot of these things, so there is a lot of will for you to contribute, so you get a lot of autonomy to do everything that you want to do in the public policy space. So I would say, if you think that you will do one kind of work or you will be catering to one kind of work stream, that is not the case, because you get to do everything. Like you could be writing a concept note today and you could be going and doing focus group discussion. So the situation is very dynamic in that sense. So I would say a student who is studying public policy or anything related to the impact sector, whatever they have studied, they would get to do in this space. And also it exposes you to so many other things. You get to interact with the officers, IAS officers, the executive, legislature. We've been reading about these things in our courses, especially coming from political science. And you get to see this from such close quarters. How are the policies made? How is it implemented? And it's just not seeing, but you're part of the process and the implementation process. So I think that way it's been great. Coming to my project, so we started from ground zero. We did academic research. We did how is teacher training done in US and UK. We studied their frameworks and we made our own framework, which can be adapted in India. And this took about 2-3 months. And then we aligned with other stakeholders that we want to do this and we want to implement this in Delhi schools. And then slowly we progressed. And this month we've started the implementation process. So whatever we envisioned 10 months ago, we have all the documents that we tried to envision and see how we can mapping and everything we did 10 months ago, we can finally see that happening today. So I think that's a great thing to see, because in government systems, you generally see that you have lots of good big plans, but it never comes to the implementation stage. So for us, it has been great because we get to see it happening, whatever we worked on in last 10 months. So that way, I think it gives a lot of autonomy. Someone who is just coming from your master's, and you get this autonomy to implement this project at such a big scale. So we are training 80,000 teachers this year, 80,000 Delhi government teachers. And we have to make the whole operational plan as to how we're going to reach till the last mile. So I think that's a lot of responsibility, but it also gives you a lot of confidence to do these things.
That's an amazing thing, and we are all very proud of you. So some key learnings you would like to share with us, and what some tips to be given to the applicants this year?
So when it comes to the application, I would say just be very concise and precise with your essays, because this is kind of also a test to test your brevity, because when you join the fellowship, you have to write these policy drafts and reports, and that has to be very concise, because the leadership doesn't go through all the 10 pages that you've written. It's the first page that they're going to see and decide if this has to be implemented or not. So these essays, I think 500 words is the limit. So these essays are kind of a test, and they just want to see that how well you able to convey your message, or whatever you want to say about that question, how well are you able to do it through these 500 words. So this is like preparing you for the fellowship that is coming up. So that is one tip for the application. And once you join the fellowship, you have to be very adaptive. As I said, the situation is very dynamic. Every day it changes. Today you are going to do this, tomorrow you'll do that, and your plan might change in 2 days, because you have to be sure this has to be implemented for 80,000 teachers. So you have to be really sure of the plan. So we have to navigate constantly, because today we made this plan and tomorrow it has to be changed according to the needs of the ground. So that adaptability has to be there. You're working with multiple stakeholders, so you have to do vision alignment constantly, because you might think something but the other person might think differently, and there are people coming from such diverse backgrounds with so much experience. So that alignment has to happen very swiftly and constantly. So that's something you have to keep in mind when you come into the fellowship. And you have to be a team player, because so many stakeholders, so many different thoughts, so you have to take everything together. And as a fellow, you are the facilitator of the program, because you're aligning everyone, whether it's an IAS officer, or whether it's a mid-level government officer, or anyone. So you have to constantly do that alignment with all kinds of stakeholders. So you learn through the job, but it has to be there from before, that you're ready for all these challenges. So this is what I have learned in my last 10 months of this fellowship, and we're learning every day. So it's like an ongoing process.
And plus, learning never stops.
Yeah, definitely. Learning never stops. Like in 10 months, I have learned so much, and we think it's still such a long way to go. And especially in a government system where you have to be very patient also, because everything involves a file, everything involves a file movement, everything has to be on a paper signed by 10 different authorities. So you have to be patient with that. It's not like you want something to happen, you have envisioned this project, but it takes time to implement. So it took us 10 months to be where we are today. So you have to be very patient with the whole process, especially people who haven't worked in government before, or who are coming from different backgrounds. You have to be very patient. And there are days when you're waiting for the file to be approved and you can't really move ahead, because you need that approval for the project. So you have to wait. So all these things are there. It's not like the other sectors that we work in, that everything is going very swift and constantly you are on your toes. Here you also have to be very patient with the whole movement of the process.
All right. So I think that's it from our side. Thank you very much for being here today, and all the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you, and all the best to all the applicants. Hope to see few of you in the cohort. And
Yes.
it was a great discussion. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Policy. Thank you.